Hello, hello, it's Wezel here, and thanks for joining me as I continue on my adventures in SnowRunner on hard mode. Today we're up to day 35 of my daily day-a-day run through of SnowRunner. We've now completed all the tasks and contracts and contests relating to the general cargo, so we only have the logging contracts to go. So now the focus is going to switch over to logging. So today we're going to basically switch the fleet over, change it from being a cargo fleet to a logging fleet, and head over to Black River and start the logging contracts. So I'll get stuck in there. Yeah, as I say, we might not get a huge amount finished today, but we will at least get some stuff started. Okay, so let's start with the White Western Star. The White Western Star is going to be my main medium log truck. One thing I'm going to do though is I'm going to give it an advanced medium winch, which basically gives me the best winch you can get. I'm going to get that, but I'm going to hold on to the stock one because I'll probably shuffle that around the trucks as we get into Alaska. Otherwise, we'll pick up the medium logging frame. So we'll put that on, and that's about all we'll change for him. And then I'll get back to the Fleetstar. And the Fleetstar is going to get the log loading crane. So it's the thing that will do the actual loading of the logs. Okay. Then on top of that, finally, we'll hop back out to the Pacific P16. Attach that trailer. Bring that in so that we can put on the long log add-on onto this one. So it will get the log carrier front. Whew. So we're spending quite a lot of money having to switch things around. Alright. First things first, let's start in the Fleetstar. And we're going to head over to Black River to do timber for the local. So we will see how things go. The challenge for the Fleetstar with the log loading crane on is that it makes it very top heavy. So I have to drive it considering the weight being above its head. So it's a bit like having one of those oversized cargo containers on. And sometimes you sort of forget, go tearing around a corner, find yourself lying on your side. I'm pretty confident we will do that at some stage, just because I will forget. I'm basically going to bring the Fleetstar all the way down. In fact, I'll just park it here because we might as well bring it through with the Pacific. So at least we'll minimise the number of times we come through the gateway. Where's the Pacific gone? There it is. Okay. So the Pacific is going to be our long log carrier. So we'll stop off at the trailer store on the way and buy ourselves a long log carrier rear. that basically is the thing we need to now be able to carry long logs. Now, there is a bit of a cheat you can do, legitimately. I'm not going to do it, but there is a cheat you can do, which is to carry your log in a sideboard semi-trailer. So it is possible to manually load your logs, and instead of putting them onto your medium log trailer or your long log trailer, you can actually load them straight into a semi-trailer. You can carry, I don't know, you can probably carry 6 long logs, maybe even more medium logs. I've never tried it, but it means you can carry them without the risk of them falling over like you would if you have them in the long log trailer. Personally, I don't like it. I don't like it because, I mean, okay, yes, it works, can be done, but I don't like it because it's a step away from reality. The whole point of loading the logs and packing them makes the logging truck. That's what they look like. The fact that the game doesn't require you to load every log individually for a full load is good. You only have to load 3. So once you load 3 logs, it considers that a full cargo. So you can take your 3 logs and put them in the semi-trailer, and then load another 3 logs into the semi-trailer and effectively be carrying 2 loads at once. Probably even get 3 loads into a semi-trailer. But you can't, it just seems wrong to me. It's just a bit, just wrong. It's not what a logging truck would do. And the whole point of having a logging truck and doing this whole process is so you can do the logging. So carrying them in the sideboard, I'm not going to do that. Which I will probably rue as a decision later on when I'm struggling with something falling over and losing the logs and everything going wrong. But I think I'd rather try and hang on to some semblance of reality rather than totally giving up to the game dynamics. That's me anyway. Other people would play it different ways, and you'll probably find that doing the sideboard trailer and carrying them is far more efficient. But yeah, I'm going to draw the line at that one. It's a bit like where I've made a conscious decision that I'm only going to be running trucks that are native to a region in that region. So I'm not going to be allowed to run the Russian trucks in the American regions, and I'm not going to run the American trucks in the Russian regions. So again, it's just me trying to add a touch of reality, maybe. So we're coming round Black River to get to the logging station. Obviously that is the whole point of what we're doing. We need to cross over this river, which seems to have got a bit harder. I don't know, in the later upgrade. I'm not sure. Maybe it's this hard with just an empty truck and a log carrier on. A logging crane on. But I just, in my mind, I remembered it as being easier when you're empty getting across this river. Maybe not. Could be me just, faulty memory. why don't we get in the driver's seat for a minute? Because crossing rivers in the driver's seat is always fun. I don't mind being in the driver's seat when you're on a river crossing because it does give you an indication as to whether you're still moving. Sometimes it's you feel like you're just not going anywhere. So when you're in the driver's seat, you do get that a little bit more of the feeling of it, of the truck still moving. I'm going to try and break these trees at the top here. This will normally stop me, and it has. So we'll just run backwards. Sometimes just running backwards and forwards over these trees will squish them. Oh, we're trying. We will get through this. Just the trees can be a bit trolly. Let's hop out and have a look. There we go, see it fell away there. No, it's just got to keep pushing at it until eventually you sort of you break it and it falls apart. And some pretty deep yucky mud here, but once we're through this we should be pretty right to get to the sawmill, the logging station, sorry. Yes, today's daily session of this 1 hour of play, we're going to struggle to get much more than just get the fleet over here to the logging station. We might be able to run our first load, maybe. That would be good if we could. At least we'll achieve something. Just need to be a bit careful coming down here because this road can be a bit off camber or a bit tilty. That might cause the Fleetstar to tip over with this added weight over the top of it. So I'm driving the Fleetstar now a bit like I would drive the Scout 800. When it's got the fuel tank and repairs on the top of it. But you can still get along alright, but you just have to be aware that you're going to put weight over the top. Rightio, now. Just need to get in the right spot here. I want to try and make sure that the truck is as flat as I can have it. I don't want to be angled up, down, etc. That actually looks pretty good. So before we do anything else, we'll activate the anchor. Yeah, lovely. Right, so those anchors are out. We're a little bit in front of where I probably want to be, but we're not too far off. Right, so we've got our crane and everything sorted. I'll put 3 long logs out and then stop the engine. So we're good to go, ready to load those 3 long logs. Alright, and where will we load them? Into the Pacific P16. First contract requires us to deliver 3 long logs to the lumber mill, 3 medium logs to the farm, 3 medium logs to the town storage. So we'll bring the P16 over. I might, while it's just so I can achieve something, I might actually start the long log straight away. I won't bring the White Western Star over just yet. Not sure if I mentioned last time, I'm not a great lover of the logging in SnowRunner on the whole. Concept is good, and any one individual run is good, but for example here I'm going to be doing what is in effect almost the same run 3 times, obviously for the long logs, so I'm just going to run the same run back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And then even for the medium logs, I'm effectively doing the same run 6 times because the farm and the town storage aren't that far apart. And each of the logging contracts tends to do that, makes you do multiple runs back and forth to pretty much the same spot, which I guess, again, probably mimics reality. That probably is what the truck drivers actually have to do, but it just removes the variety, which is so nice in the cargo deliveries, that you're going to different places and dropping off a cargo and then onto another place, whereas with the logging you're very much tied into sourcing it from one spot and then delivering it to one spot. So it just is a little bit more, I don't know, samey. But, you know, it's all good, it's all part of it. And gives us a chance to play in the P16 for a bit. And I am sure toot the horn as we go. Come on, big engine, you can do it. Push on through this mud. pretty squared up. Okay, so we'll load up our... Yes, we've already got them, so we can load up our long logs. See how we go with our craning. Should have had that a bit higher. Would have been more sensible, wouldn't it? Because now I'm going to be fighting the arms a little bit. Too bad. Pretty good. Yes, and certainly using the logging crane is not quite as easy as using the standard crane. Trying to pick up these two at once if I can. Yay. Just a bit higher this time. Oh, dropped one. So we'll pick him up again in a minute. So we've packed the cargo. Now, where I'm heading with these long logs facing north is I'm heading over to the lumber mill. Now I've got two possible ways to go there. I can either go back the way we came, the way we took the big trailer through past the drilling site and over. That's a pretty short way. Or we can come back the safe way onto the road all the way round, down past here, over the bridge, across, cut through here to there. Quite a bit longer. I'm interested to see which one actually is more efficient from a fuel point of view. This way is certainly shorter, so you'd expect that it's probably going to be more fuel efficient. But what I'm going to do, again, because this is the sort of thing you do with the timber ones, otherwise they get boring, I'm going to take this first one that way, and then when I come back, I'll take the second load this way. I'm going to record the fuel before I, from the log station to the mill. I don't care about how much it takes to get back because that's can be consistent. I don't really care. I'm more interested in the getting there. So let's go over the river crossing way first. And I'm just going to grab a pen and write down my current fuel, so that way I know what it is. It's 254. 254 litres at the start. Done. So let's do a little test. Yes, I'm expecting that this way will be more fuel efficient, just because it's fewer miles or kilometres to go. The only thing that probably plays in the favour of the other way is that it's mostly on the sealed road, whereas this way we've got the river crossing, a bit of sealed road, and then the other little river crossing. We'll see, it might end up being much the same. There's just something pleasing about seeing the P16 with a great big load of logs on the back of it. It's you know, P16 in its natural habitat. At least we've broken the tree here, so we should be fine. See, again, I don't remember it being this hard when we were bringing the big semi-trailer through. There's Bob. Look at him go. Doing a good job, Bob. Bob the driver. Yes, that's the P16 and it's as it should be. Around that tree. Don't want to bump into that. Yes. It's pretty cool. Not too bad at all. At least going this slow, you get a chance to watch from the side. You're not going to run into anything too bad. But we're almost through now. So once we climb up this part, that'll be the worst of it done. Back into the auto gears. Just goes back to get this corner. haven't really been watching fuel consumption, but it's obviously sitting around the high 10s, 11s when we're moving. Come past the drilling site and then head over to the farm. It's a bit harder than I thought it was too. Alright, offload our long logs there, and I stop the engine so we can see that we've got 173 litres left in the tank. So that gives us what? 27 would make up to 200, 27 plus 54 because the original was 254. Oh, why aren't these numbers so hard to do in your head? If we're going to end in a 1, 81 litres. So we've used 81 litres coming from around that route. Okay, yeah, that's fine. 81 litres is okay, I guess. Alright, so let's go back. Just have to be careful when you're reversing with this long log thing. It tends to jackknife behind you. So as soon as you do this, See how it just starts to kick up? If you keep going backwards, you will in fact tip over. And it'll dig in with its wheels enough to make you completely tip. Not that it's ever happened to me. Okay, so it has a lot. It's just something to be very aware of, that it's very tricky to reverse or to turn this around if you need to reverse. I mean, if you're in a really tight space, you're far better off to disconnect it, turn the truck around, grab it with your winch and sort of pull it around. Right, I'm coming back up into the town just so I can refuel from the trailers up here. I've got a bunch of them. I've also got a GMC in the way. So again, I have to reverse a bit. Okay, so nicely refilled. Now I'll just run back to the logging station and we'll try the other way. With a goal of 81 litres or less. Now if I was brave, I could have brought the white Western Star to there and winch towed along behind, but after my trouble with the Fleetstar, when I was winch having that towed behind the white Western Star, I'm just a bit nervous of towing a truck behind another truck for the moment, especially when I don't have to. It would probably be fine. It would save me a little bit of time. It wouldn't save me any fuel. It would save a bit of time. But I'm just too nervous to do it. We'll bring the white Western Star over after I do my second run. quite keen to see how the fuel goes on this. Might be a surprise. That, yeah, we'll see. I think the amount of fuel needed to cross here is significant. Although you're only using 5 and 6, well, this is coming back, I suppose, with an empty trailer. It's the fact you're not going very quick. No, it can be deceptive. You think, oh, well, I'm only using 6 litres a minute, that's okay. But you're not actually making much progress. This last part here, as you can see, is so hard. Slow right down. Yes, I'm sure in some later updates they've made that a little bit harder. But it's okay. We get there. A little bit tighter turn than you think it is, though. I think the wheels get caught in those ruts in the road, tend to make it go straight on. Right, well, let's try a second go. Three long logs. Going very high in the air. See if we can pick up a couple. Nope, just the one. Oh, one is good. Throw it at the truck. Try and get the right spot to get it, balance it. That was pretty good. still can't pick up to. A chance to settle a bit. Oh, no. I think we put it on the front one. That's better. Okay. Let's get the third one. Grabbed it a bit too very hard at one end again. Whee! Going everywhere. Go out there somewhere. That's better. Okay, that's pretty good. Right. Okay. Stop the engine, hop into the P16, pack the logs. Excellent. Okay, right, what are we doing? Oh, yes, I'm writing down 253. Oh, wow, almost identical. 253 litres. And we're going to go the other way. Yep, so this time we're going to follow the main road around. Take it to exactly the same spot, so going to the lumber mill again. Let's see. So pretty much we need to get there with more than 174 litres. If we can do that, then this way is more efficient. If we do it with less than 174 left in the tank, then the other way is more efficient. And whichever way is more efficient is how we'll do the third log then. This way is definitely longer. But I'm pretty sure there's no real muddy spots. That'll be interesting. This way might win. Yeah, see, we're using 4 and 5 litres a minute and we're moving along pretty quickly. 3.6, yeah. Whereas the other way we were using 10, not moving as quick, so I wonder. I reckon this way might win now. Just looking at it. Just try not to crash into the bridge. Hi, Kodiak. I should be using the horn more often, shouldn't I? Got the best horn in the game. Just sounds like a beastly big truck. Just how it should. We are doing so well for fuel. This is going to win by a mile. Unless this part now is super slow, which I don't think it will be. I reckon we're going to have about 190. Maybe more. Remember we're comparing with 173. Get there with more than 173 litres, then the long way is more fuel efficient. And I think we could call it, it's going to be a lot more. We'll be in the 190s. 86. Amazing. That's 23 litres less. So what, the other way used 81, and this way only used 57. Wow. That's the way to do it. Alright, so that's the second log. So, definitely going to be coming via the main road. Not going to be coming via the waterway. That's probably even true. Wow. If I was to go to the gateway. Oh, actually, that's a more interesting one because I don't have to go across from the drilling site. I'm just following the main road around. That probably is more even. Because eventually I'm going to take a load. Oh, I think I'm taking two, so I'll do it both ways. Actually, I probably won't. I'm going to take 2 loads of long logs for one of the next logging contracts. That need to go into Smithfield Dam. So I will load those from Black River and take them over there because there's no long logs available in Smithfield Dam. Only medium logs. But we'll talk more about that tomorrow. See, it's starting to get light now, though we haven't got a huge amount more time today. And I'm going to come back this way so I can refuel from the Kodiak on the way past. Into the Kodiak to refuel from our fuel tank. All good. And then I think we're at a pretty good stopping spot because it's just gone 8:15. So we'll pause it there. So that's been a pretty good day of starting our logging. We've got the long log truck running, we've got the log crane working. I just need to bring the White Western Star over, but once I do that, then we got to start working on the medium logs as well. So logging projects underway. Okie dokie. Otherwise though, that's it for me for today. So thanks for watching. Hopefully you'll join me again tomorrow as I continue on with the next day of our Michigan run through. Tomorrow we should get well through this this contract and get the medium logs going. So that'll be good. More logging. Log, 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 log. Thanks for watching. Take care and see you tomorrow. Bye for now.